Hi, you guys. Welcome back. I am so sorry. Consistency is still key. It is. But, like I always say, life be lifin'. You know what I'm saying? But I used to always think about life be lifin' in like a bad way because we sit here and we have a plan of the way our life is supposed to be. And then when it doesn't go according to plan, oh my gosh, life be lifin'. Yeah, I get it. But have we ever sat here and thought about it? Like, you know what? Maybe plans didn't go the way I wanted them to be because maybe I wasn't ready for it at the time, or the plans are even bigger than what we ever imagined for them to be. That's why all, myself included, we need to come to the realization whatever plans that we have, if it's not God plans, I'm sorry, them plans ain't gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. That's not for us. We even need to sit here and look at the type of person we think we are, or the type of person that we look at ourselves, and after everything we went through in life, everything that happened, everything that didn't happen, sometimes at times we could really sit here and feel like, you know what, I am truly happy, and you know what I'm saying, like I got this, I did that. But looking back at my past and everything, I don't think I deserve it. You know what I'm saying? We can't do that, because if we do, we're going to mess up a lot. We're going to mess up a lot of things in our future. A lot of things are not going to happen because of you. You know what I'm saying? That's why, me personally, I'm not saying this is for anybody else, but I'm just putting it out there. Like, think about it like this. If we're going through a rough time right now, and we sitting here and we're praying about it. Oh, yeah. I think I actually said something that was incorrectly. When I was stating how, don't just sit here and give it to God. You got to put some type of work in. That was wrong. That's why I be saying sometimes we got to go back in that Bible and reread because that was incorrect. If you really sat here and did all that you can do, all that possibly could happen, that's now affecting you mentally, physically, and spiritually, yes, at that point, sit here and say your prayer and then just talk to God and be like, Father God, I feel like I've done all that I can. I have to give it to you at this point because I don't even know what the next step is. But even when you sit here and you do say that, you have to seriously give it over to God. You can't sit here and say, I'm giving this to you. And then at times when you go home, you still worrying, you still stressing, and you still crying about it. Technically speaking, you never gave it to him. You still carrying that with you. Just like in life, though. You know what I'm saying? Anything that happened yesterday, anything that happened 10 minutes ago, months, years ago, we all need to come to the realization, whatever it was good or bad, that's something we will never, ever in life be able to change. Because when it happened, it's done. We can't go backwards and say, hey, I didn't mean to do that, or the way my mindset was, it shouldn't have. I am slowly realizing that, like, when something's done, it's just certain things that you can't take back. You know what I'm saying? You just can't. You just have to sit here and accept it for what it was and talk to yourself. Before you talk to anybody, you have to come to the understanding within yourself. Like, good and well, that was not the best thing to do. That wasn't right. Just for the simple fact that you could sit here and get down like that and do or did whatever it was, Me personally, I would take the time out to sit here and pray about it, because you got to look at it like this. Like, what could this person or these group of people or whatever, what could they possibly do to make me turn around and do something like that? You know what I'm saying? Because all of us know who we are. I don't care what nobody say. It's like you know who you are, and sometimes you could really be sitting here in the midst with fighting with yourself. Like, just fighting with yourself. And it could drive you crazy. It could drive you crazy. I'm telling you, like I always say, I only speak about things that I've been through, because who am I to sit here and speak about something based off hearsay or, hey, I saw this movie, and yeah, that's fine. That's the movie. But what personal experiences are you about to sit here and tell me? That's why, okay, personal talk. That's what I'm saying. When I sit here and you talking about you're sitting here fighting with yourself, like my uncle, he be preaching and it be good. New Covenant in East Orange. Y'all should go there. It is like absolutely amazing. But he did do a sermon on me versus me, right? And when I tell you, yo girl was sitting in here crying. Like, when I say crying, I mean like crying to the point that I couldn't stop. And at that point, if I couldn't stop, I just went in my bedroom and I just sat there. Of course, I kneeled and I'm just praying to God. And I'm just like, I know that I can be a better person, but I do not understand what's holding me back. And I figured it out. I was thinking about it all day today. I figured out the answer. The answer is I'm sitting here fighting with myself because I don't know who this other person is. All I know is who I am right now. Who am I to sit here and change me to turn into someone I don't know? Like, honestly speaking, think about it. Who's to say? If I really let go of my past self, so I'm just supposed to sit here and put the rest of my life in this other person that I've never really dived into. Like, I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know how my life's going to turn out. But the end goal is, it's life. We never know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't even know what could happen in the next second. That is the sole purpose of life. That's why, like I always say, we never know when our last day is going to be. That's why we really have to sit here and live life as if today was the last. You don't want to sit here and, God willingly, we all sit here and get older and everything. And you just like, man, I should have did this. Or maybe I should have took that leap and let the old me go away because it wasn't bringing me nothing but nonsense anyway. Maybe I should have actually threw that side of me in the trash and tried to branch into this new version of me. At that point, it's kind of like, well, I will never say the older you get, life has passed you by. Well, for me personally, the way I be feeling now, I just be thinking that, the years for me turning into the person that I am now, I've wasted my years because I've let this shyness get a hold of me, and I missed out on multiple opportunities. I hate thinking about it, but that's where the accountability has to come in. Sometimes you got to remind yourself of what you missed out on for being too, in a sense, like being to yourself, not trying to understand, like at any point, everything could be over. That's why I be trying my hardest to push this shyness away, because you could really be stumbling across the break that you've been praying for like forever. Like, this is your break for you to get your life started and get everything that you prayed for and that you worked hard for. But It could be shyness. It could really sit down and deal with a lot of people's pride. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people out here feel like, no, I can do it. It's all on me. I don't need your help. I don't want to ask nobody for nothing. Honestly speaking, you ain't going to make it in life like that. You're not going to. Now, looking at the way the life is now, it just looks like it's nothing but connections. It be feeling like nobody cares how many degrees you got or what you actually went to school for. It's sad to say, but you got to think about the times. At one point in life, yes, it was nothing but, oh, if you don't got no degree, we can't talk about nothing. But now it's kind of like, you don't have a degree, but you know who? Oh, say no more. I mean, it's not right, but it's just like this is the life we're living in right now, unfortunately. So that's why I'm not going to say, like, don't go to school. Just get to know people. No, that's not smart. That did not come from this podcast. It did not come from me. Because I went to school. I did. I went to school for social work, and right now I'm doing payroll. Okay? Don't ask me. I don't know. But I do love both, though. So that's why it's just like, I don't want to say, like, not plan your life, because I plan my life, like, daily. But what I tend to do, that I'm really trying hard to stop, how am I sitting here planning my entire future without living in the present right now? How are you talking about you gonna get somewhere when you ain't even paying attention to what's going on right now? It defeats the purpose. It defeats the purpose. That's why we just really got to sit here and live in the moment, because how long is this moment supposed to last? And do not mess up the beautiful moment there is because you've never experienced a beautiful moment. This is the time to sit here and be like, okay, this is a new beginning. Let me sit here and enjoy it. The past is the past. I can't go back and change anything. I can't do it. So if that's the case, why would you bring your old self back into this beautiful beginning? All you're going to do is sit here and mess it up. If you see something different, you got to be different. You can't sit here and say, I want better, but you're staying the way you used to. When you used to be praying to be where you are now, but you ain't even paying attention to the now because you're looking at the future. I'm sorry. Life don't be skipping, okay? You have to go through every single obstacle to get to the end. There is no jumping across, because if you trying to cheat and jump across, you ain't going to that end goal. You probably gonna make the wrong turn, and you got to do a whole nother race just to get right back around the corner. That's why I be talking about, no matter how hard or hurtful certain things in life do happen to us, I look at it like this. Well, like I always said, nothing in life is accidental. Everything happens for a reason. You never know where your life is going. That bad thing that could have happened in life, you don't know what can come from that. I mean, in the moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hurtful and you don't understand. That's why where I am now in my life, I pray to God about absolutely any and everything. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're trying to feel calm and not be so anxious or going crazy mentally, like you just can't focus, you have to sit here and pray about it. Because what are you going to do? You're going to sit there for the whole day and drive yourself crazy? No, take a little break, walk around, say a little prayer, and, go back and continue doing what you was doing. Because trust me, you're going to feel better. After you take the time out to sit there and pray about it, you always feel a little better. At times when you really get get to your true self. And when you sit here and really be sitting here praying and you're speaking but nothing but truth and you're just honest about everything, oh yeah, you're going to be crying. You're going to be crying. But it's like in a moment, it's going to feel like hurtful tears. But when you sit there and you keep praying about it, you'll just understand, be like, okay, maybe I am in the process of passing this over to God so he can take over, because I do not know what else to do next. That's why I really be emphasizing how life is seriously so precious. Like, it's just precious. Even though the world that we live in right now, I mean, it's nuts anywhere, but it's harder. It's harder. I get it. Life is hard. But even though life is hard, it's like you have to adjust to what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you have an end goal, if you know this is where you want to be next month or where you're trying to be next year, put that work in. You can't do half work and then be mad ain't nothing happened. That's on you. When you sit here and you put your mind to do something and it doesn't work out, can you really sit here and look at yourself and be like, well, I did absolutely any and everything I could have to make this work, and I don't understand why. If you didn't do anything, that's why. Or if you did, you got to think about like this. How is your mindset? Like, how are you? Can you really sit here and say, I acknowledge everything that happened and I finally understand why? Or you don't even have to finally understand why. You can be like, you know what? I'm now at grips with why things happened the way they did, and I am no longer mad about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just understood it for what it was, but now I'm just trying to get myself better. That's why I be saying it kind of goes hand in hand with timing. And then you have to look at you, because think about it like this. Why would God give you what you've been praying for, what you've been working for, and you're the same person you used to be? Or you're not even where you thought you were? Because we could really sit here and think that we're further along than we are because we're just trying to meet that end goal. And we didn't even come close. You know what I'm saying? That's why I get plans. Trust me. Plans is like something serious to me. I look at it as, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I said I'm going to do this, or if I got a group or whatever, and I'm just like, okay, this is what we're going to do, and it doesn't come through, or it just falls and ain't nobody with it, or something messed up. Oh my gosh, when I tell you I be in this house going crazy, I'm just like, I don't understand. We spoke about this like months ago. Why? That's another thing. For me personally, I don't know how y'all be feeling. I be looking at it like this. When things don't go according to plan, maybe Final Destination kind of like it messed me up. But when things don't go according to plan, it's like, I look at that like it's for a reason. Maybe sometimes we'll never figure it out, or maybe we will figure it out. But if it was meant for us, if we were supposed to do that exact minute, that exact day, it would have happened. It didn't happen for a reason. It's okay. Maybe we had to improve on our end, or maybe it just wasn't for us. We can't sit here and look at ourselves as failures, because if we ever sit here and, you sitting here, you looking at yourself as a failure, or I'm never going to be nothing in life, at some point, your inner self is going to believe that. And then when you're trying to sit here and work on something now, you got your inner self telling you, I don't even understand what you're wasting your time on this for. Remember, we came to the understanding years ago, you can't do this. And then after all of that doubt in yourself over the years, you're actually going to believe that. I mean, I'm not saying you're going to be stuck there forever. You're not. you can get out of that. But I'm actually learning this as well. Like, we have to speak highly of ourselves, because I get it, you know what I'm saying? Anybody, family, friends, whatever, they could sit here and tell you you can do this and that, or you're that. But if you don't truly believe it, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. That's why, man, like, life is precious. We really have to believe in ourselves. That's number one. Ain't nothing gonna get done unless you believe in you. It has to be. Even if you fail, it's okay. Keep going until you get it done. Don't stop. And like I keep telling y'all, stay away from the people that be making y'all feel like, how many times are you going to sit here and try this? You keep failing. I'm going to keep going until I get it done. Just because you stopped when you failed, me and you are not the same. I don't get down like that. Whatever I set my mind to, I'm going to get it done at some point. Yeah, y'all tell them that. So, yeah, never let somebody be out here making you feel like what you're thinking or however you're feeling or whatever you're in the midst of is stupid or it's not valid or it's never going to work. You just, you got to push that negativity elsewhere, because that's going to start coming into you, and then you're going to be second guessing yourself. That's not good for anyone. Stay focused on what you got going on, because in the end, it is going to pull through and you will be on top. I promise you. Just stay focused. 24/7, stay focused and stay prayed up. As always, you guys, I really hope that this helps someone out there. Trust me, after every episode, I sit here and when I get in my feelings and everything, I replay it and listen to it. Trust me, these episodes are not just for y'all. They be for me too. Because at times we all get low, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just need a little pick me up and we'll be back on track. But alrighty, you guys, I will speak to you guys next Sunday.